efficient, so whenever you launched an app for an extended period, as soon as you went back to your home screen there was a noticeable delay in loading wallpapers and widgets and app icons. It's become a lot better since then, but when you compare it to the much more stripped down user interface of the OnePlus One and the performance that offers, there really isn't much of a competition here. The OnePlus One is buttery smooth, it's quick, it's fluid, it's fast, switching between apps doesn't really take any time at all. So on the performance side, I have to give this one to the OnePlus One. And then we get on to sound quality, and it's basically a tale of two speakers versus one speaker. And the LG G3's one speaker is actually very good for a single speaker. But because it's on the back, it's easily muffled and it's easy to cover up. But when it's not covered and you're facing it towards you, the sound is very loud. It's generally quite balanced considering it's a small speaker. The OnePlus One speakers are louder, obviously there are two of them. And you'll notice this when you're gaming or watching videos, or when your notifications come through. Now the LG does have Dolby Booster type technology stuff going on, which should make a difference, and it does when you plug in a set of headphones. But then again, the difference isn't that noticeable. On this round, because of the loudspeaker performance, I'll give this one to the OnePlus One, but only just. One of the most important features of a modern smartphone, of course, is the camera, and both of them again have similar specs. They're both 13 megapixel shooters, and both of them capable of recording 4K video. But the difference in quality is very noticeable. The OnePlus One often gives you blurry and fuzzy images. And that's even when things are in focus. It does generate a bit more noise, especially when the light starts to drop a little. The LG G3 is sharper, takes better photos with better colours, and the video performance seems good as well because it seems to switch between focus modes quickly, and it does adapt to the exposure levels a lot easier than the OnePlus One seems to do. The LG G3 has its own laser focused guided autofocus technology, which should make focusing really quick, and in most cases it does really well. And one area that I really like the LG G3, particularly when you're in good light, is the macro shots. It's capable of producing some really sharp images. It's not quite as good as some of the other big camera phones on the market like the Lumia 930 or the Xperia Z2, but compared to the OnePlus One, it is a very good camera. Now let's get on to battery life. The OnePlus One has a 3100 mAh battery. The LG G3 has a 3000 mAh battery. So both of them have got good capacity. But because of the LG G3's higher resolution display, you'll get less on-screen time with the LG device. Now I'm a very light user and I got both phones to last about 2 days on a full charge. But if we're counting on-screen time, the LG G3 is much worse than the OnePlus One. And it's quite inconsistent in performance too. Sometimes you'll get only 3.5 to 4 hours of on-screen time on the LG G3. Other times you might get up to 4.5. But the OnePlus One does much better. There's a similar capacity, but it doesn't have to power such a big pixel dense display. So in the battery life category, the OnePlus One is the clear winner. So overall, each phone wins 3 categories, meaning that technically it's sort of a draw. As an overall package, the LG G3 is perhaps the better phone on paper. It's better made, it performs well, it's got a great display, decent audio. So the LG G3 may be a better phone, but it costs twice as much, so you would expect that. And it's not twice as good a phone. So while the OnePlus One might not be a flagship killer, it certainly makes it really hard to justify spending the money to get one when you can get a device that's virtually as good as a flagship for less than $300. At least it would be difficult to justify if you could just walk into a store and buy one or order one online. The fact that you can't really buy them easily is the OnePlus One's biggest weakness. I've been Cam, I'm at PhoneDog_Cam on Twitter. If you've got any questions about either of these devices, please feel free to ask, and you can use the comments down below as always. I will see you again soon.